so time is ticking, so I'll try to go fast. And so can you hear me? The end of the room, cool. Also, feel free to stop me, raise any question or everything. We don't wait till the end, but yeah, just drop whatever you are thinking. Okay, so the talk is effective pair programming. That's me, and yeah, you have here the QR if you want to follow me in LinkedIn or in Twitter, X or whatever it will be called next week. And yeah, I'm a young guy. I do things, work in the industry for 20 years, writing code and working with teams and yeah, doing different things. So today, well, before to start, so how many people knows about pair programming? That's cool, yeah. So how many people practice pair programming? So you're active coding and everything. That's cool. That's really cool. So I'm asking that because depends on how is the audience. I will take in one route or the other about the kind of problems that we can find doing it and the benefits and everything. And also for the people that is less used to pair programming, I think that we all can do an abstract exercise and try to get the learnings for the pair programming and apply to any other thing. So it's just basically work with another person. Okay, so we'll see a bit what is that about, what are the benefits, different scenarios that we can have, some of the thoughts that I have about the topic, and two different type of working groups and working remote events that we have. So all that I'm going to say is my experience. So it may work for some people, maybe not work for other people, but this is what I've learned in the last kind of 15, 20 years working on that. So, classic pair programming. Basically, you have a driver and a navigator. I think that this is a great analogy, the rally, because there's one with the wheel and trying to maintain the car, and the other one is thinking what is happening 200 meters in front of the car. So basically, the driver is the one that is having the keyboard, and the key thing is that he's thinking tactical. So he's thinking in the problem that have in the moment, and he's trying to solve that. And as the one that is having the keyboard, his mission also is to be talking all the time, saying what is he doing, what is or she doing, what is writing, and how is he thinking about that. So in the relationship with the navigator will be asking certain questions and have responding to that and having a communication method. So the navigator is the opposite, is thinking in the big picture. It's not solving the problem now, it's that solving the problem in that way, what will happen with the whole system and how this affects to the big solution that you are trying to solve. So the thinking is strategical and not tactical. And also is thinking in the different alternatives and how that can impact in the way to doing it. And is the one, as I said before, that is asking questions to the driver, why are you doing it in that way? What is your intent doing it in that way? So it's not someone that is just sitting watching the other person's screen. So, okay, so that's the basic. I think that everyone is on that. So why are we doing that? So it's two people doing the work of one person. So it has to have some kind of benefits to doing it, because if not, there's no point. And for me, the main benefits are you're increasing the quality. So because you are having feedback in the moment. Today we were talking about the open space about good engineering practices, and someone was saying, oh, is that the peer review is taking too long and everything. So with pair programming, you have the peer review instantly, in the moment. So that's, for me, is one of the key elements, because you are solving any kind of issue that you can have in that moment, and not wait till other person find the problems. So the code is more homogeneous. So as you have two people working on something, you are doing it in a similar way when you rotate the pairs between other people. So whatever coding standard that you have, and whatever what is the a standard approach that you are taking for a solution, if you are implementing microservice or you are using that kind of template, whatever, is more homogenic because it's done in different way, in the way that the whole team is doing it, not just in your particular way. Also, as there's more people involved in the solution, you are doing in that moment the knowledge transfer because you are sitting together and you are having conversation about that, and to participate you need to know what is happening. And also, you are more focused. I mean, if you are sitting with someone, it's very difficult that you start to just thinking a different thing or watch the newspaper or something because it's there, right? And as you are having all of this, you are reducing risks earlier because you are preventing all the things that you have. So, so what that means? If you have all these things as a benefit, the question is, what happens if you are not doing it? So if every second that you are doing it, you are doing knowledge transfer, you are having a more standard code, and you are preventing bugs and blah, 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 blah. If you are not doing it, you have the opposite. So you have a slower feedback, and your code, it will be less homogeneous, and also you need to have other ways to do the knowledge transfer. Maybe it's having a text sessions aside of that, or writing more documentation, whatever that each team decides. Cool? Cool? Are we cool? Okay. So, there's different scenarios where we can apply pair programming also depending of the knowledge of the different people. It was also one question that what happens if there's someone that knows a lot about the system and the other one is too newbie? Well, if you have a driver and a navigator that they know a lot, that's the best scenario, because you have two really high proficient people working on solving something and everyone knows what they need to do. And you can apply any type of the pair programming approach. So you can use the classic, or you can use a non-structured, that is just two people sitting together and trying to solve a problem, or the ping-pong one, that is that one write the test and the other one solve it, and then you swap. I'm saying that because I'm also assuming that a lot of people that do pair programming also do TDD, but this is a huge topic to not going in now. But also, basically, if you have two people that has a really, really great knowledge, whatever that you do, it will work. So that's a good thing. Having a driver that knows a lot and a navigator that has less knowledge, that's really good for try to show something, the system to someone, or at least is what you think up front. Then when you're doing it, what actually happens is that the driver is all the time writing code and saying a lot of things, or maybe it starts to become silence, and the navigator just getting totally in silence and not understanding anything about what you are doing. So it's a really, really bad pattern, and I try to avoid all the time. The opposite, having a driver that has not too much knowledge of the code and a navigator that has a lot, it's kind of taking driving lessons. So you are not sure what you are doing, but you have a safety net in your side that is guiding you and helping you to do it better. And it's really good for learning, but maybe it's not the most productive one, but that's okay. And the last one, that no one knows what they are doing. And it looks like it's a bad thing, but actually it's a really good thing. I don't know if how you learn, but a really good pattern to learn is to have a community of learning. So if you go to the uni and you have your study group and everything, this is kind of the same. It's two people trying to understand how the system works and try to put in common the knowledge. And it's productive? No. But it's people that has no knowledge about the system, and that's okay. But it's really good to improve and take more knowledge. So, okay, a couple of things about that. Pair programming is not a technical skill. It's a social skill. 3 seconds to think about that. So, it's everything about communication. It's everything about how you talk with your partner, how you are trying to solve a problem, how you manage to get new ideas, and how to humble the way that you are thinking about the system. It's not about who is the best developer. It's not about how we can write or implement that pattern. It's about to communicate. So, and that's one of the key elements why a lot of teams fail when they try to implement pair programming, because they think that it's about oh yeah, let's just have less bugs in the code without putting the focus in how we communicate. So one thing that worked a lot is let's try your idea first. That's really difficult also, but unless the idea that someone is proposing is a deal breaker and ongoing and something that is destroying the system, why don't we try your idea? Let's try, see how that works, see if it's better or not, and then just change it. And that's also implying what means better, because a lot of the issues that we have in the communication is that better for you, it means totally different thing than better for me. It's more maintainable, it's faster to write the code, is what's mean better. So clarify what's mean better. It helps to improve the pairing sessions and to have better results. It's awkward. It's really awkward at the beginning. So, and that's a massive, huge stereotype. Okay, so sorry about that. But people that used to work a lot with machines and less with people. So to be sitting with someone for really amount of hours, like 4, 5, 6 hours a day or 8 hours a day, it's just weird. And it's normal, and that's why we need to continuously checking how is your colleague and how that is working. But being awkward doesn't mean that you should stop doing it. It's just that you need to inspect and adapt and check what is working and what is not working, and then just start to modify the way that you are collaborating with your colleagues. It's something to do the whole 8 hours a day or the whole session and everything. Yeah, well, that's a lot. Also, there's a lot of things that we have in our day by day that doesn't require to work together. So there's admin things, there's readings that you are doing. So there's things that is good to doing it in an individual way. There's things that are good to doing in pairs. I really like to spend the majority of the time working in pairs. And there's also time that it's good to doing it not just in pairs. Maybe you can do it 3, 4 people or the whole team. So it's different ways to doing it. And it's also helped you to release the tension when you are really focused on something. It requires certain discipline, because when you start doing pair programming, one is to take the theory, I'm the driver, I'm doing it in that way, I'm the navigator, I'm doing that way, I'm asking the question, blah, 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 blah. 20 minutes later, someone starts to not talk that much or just get tired of something, but it doesn't want to say that it's tired, so it just continues, but being less effective. So it's good to have the discipline until you control the discipline itself, and then you can start to change how to do it. And it's really important to have constant feedback, continuously saying how you feel, what do you think that is working, what do you think that is not working, because if not, it's quickly trying to just become silent, and it's extremely boring if you're doing it that way. And one of the things that happen a lot is that you are new to a company and you have your first session of pair programming with someone that has been in the company for so long, and for sure that person will judge me because if I'm a good developer or if I'm not a good developer, what if I do that mistake, what happened? Just take it easy. You are not that bad and you're not that good. So, and always you can, even if you have no clue about the system, you can add good solutions and provide new insights. And also, if you are really experienced people, for sure can have mistakes, and that's okay. because we are people, right? So the basic thing at the end is about whatever that you want to have in your head and put it in a computer, it must go through other person's hands or head. There's no line of code that is there on isolation by yourself. It has to be in collaboration with the other person. And this you can apply to any type of work, not just coding. So if you are working in pair with someone, just check, double check how it's going, and also check if everyone is agreeing with that text that you're writing or that work that you are writing. So, a couple of, I won't go through the whole list, you will have the presentation there shared. So basically, a couple of really important that I have here. It's important to agree how you want to work. So now we work a lot in remote, but sometimes we work still in the office physically. I'm this type of guy that like to touch the screen and keep the finger there, and people hate me for that. And it's normal, but people hate me for that. So if I don't agree in advance that this is a bad practice, I will keep doing it. Another person, it will be really annoying. But maybe if it's the first time that we work together, it doesn't tell me anything because, you know, it's the first time, but it's really pissing them off. So just talk and agree how you want to work. And it includes the configuration of the IDE. Where do you want to see it? If you want plans or not there, whatever. And also, it's good to, what I was saying, to agree what are the common principles, what means better. Agree what you are trying to achieve, what are the goals, because it's really, really simple to reach agreements if you have the common principles and you know what you are trying to do. If not, it's an ego battle about what is the best solution and what is the one that I prefer. So yeah, just agree thing. It's important to doing it about the code and the work that you are doing or the text that you are doing. So if I disagree with you in something, I'm disagreeing in the solution that we are having. It's not with you as a person or with you as the way you're doing it too. And that's why being explicit, it makes easier to have different approach to something and have less conflicts. And basically, if you want to, or if you have to choose between over-communicate or under-communicate, let's go for over. So it's better to remark everything and to have that there's no misunderstood there. Also, as I said, this is exhausting if you're over-communicating all the time, so it's good to give a space, it's good to do breaks a lot and say, hey, I'm not feeling that I'm in that mood, let's do a 15-minute break, let's come back, take a coffee, talk about whatever, the weather or something, and just, make it simple. Well, the don'ts are, I think that are evident, so don't try to make it a battle and win it. Don't try to, well, I think that the worst thing that you can do in pair programming is physically remove the keyboard from the other person and take it by yourself. That is, there's something that is even worse. That is when you agree in a solution and you code the solution and then you go to take a leak, and when you come back, everything has changed. The solution the other person wants, like, no, man, don't do that. So the summary of that is, I love Will Wheaton's, and he has a great rule for board games that is, don't be that guy. Don't be the person that no one wants to pair with. Don't be the person that everyone is avoiding all the time. Just be a nice guy. So, yes, don't be. This is working for pairs, but there's also other models that you can do, like the mob programming, that basically is to have more people involved, the whole team involved, during the coding session. So yeah, so it's even more costly to have just one keyboard and 6 or 7 people around. But the good thing about that is that you have all the time the team aligned, and also you don't have blockers because everyone is there. Everyone that is making the decision is there. Would I recommend do that all the time? I think that this is a bit complicated. But to have like a particular session when you are starting a project or you are starting a particularly difficult piece of code or a new feature that is important for the whole system and everything is good practice. Because at the end, everyone is getting the knowledge, and that's good. And thank you, COVID. Now we learned that remote works, and every time more and more companies are doing their way of work. But to do pair programming is a bit different. It's not the same to be close to someone that's been in a screen. So it's more tiring to be all the time talking to someone that is on a screen. So you need to have more breaks. And also, my main recommendation, again, not going through all the elements, my main recommendation would be you have one screen with your IDE where you are sharing the code and everything, another screen or section with a document that you can write some of the agreements that you have and everything, and another one watching the other person. Because you can, even if it's on a screen, you can get a lot of the body language to see if the other person is tired or whatever. So you can also check how is your colleague and try to do a break if it's not working for that person or whatever. Okay, so I've been running a lot to have time to do questions.